live and in action. Thank you all for the new subscribers. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for those of you that want to be here, stay here, and grow here. Really appreciate you all. And we're just going to jump into the nail set. All right, so today we're going to be doing some stiletto short nail tips. I'm going to be doing some colors that my honey picked out last night for me. So we have a 209 by Phoenix, a 123, which is orange and blue, and then we have Beetles 360, which is a pink. So we're just going to jump right into this. So these are going to be some fun, different freestyle nails. Um, and so nothing you see here probably you've seen done together, which is why, they're freestyle sets. So, but nevertheless, you can do this on your own, okay? So we're going to just make this a pink nail all around, and then we're going to be doing this nail as a confetti nail. So this nail will be, um, this will have some different type of confetti flakes on there, sprinkles, confetti sprinkles. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, we're gonna just get right into it. So I did go ahead and draw up my little plan. It looks like a whole bunch of Morse codes, but y'all, I ended up doing this last night just so that I can make sure I follow my design. So I'll be following this design to a T. Okay, so our next design, it says ombre, orange, blue, and pink. So in order for me to make sure that I ombre this nice orange, pink, and blue, then I'm just going to stick a little bit of each color on here. Okay, and I remember someone asking me, hey, do you do ombre this way or whatever? And so here we go. We're going to do it this way. Okay, and then we're going to just do 2 coats of this ombre color. And you can use whatever color you like. These are the colors, like I said, that my honey chose last night for me to do a nail set with. And yeah, this is what we're going with. Okay, so once we ombre this nail, and like I said, you will see me look at my little cheat code here. I wrote out everything last night. Um, you'll see me go in and, do it this way. Alrighty. So I'm going to take the nail, and now that we got our colors on there, I'm literally just going to pat everything on there. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, 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 pat. Maybe I should have done this. Okay. Maybe I should have done this last. So we're going to take this off, and we're going to actually put each color on there and then just sponge it. How about that? That might be easier. Hi, everyone. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button so you never miss out when we are live and in action. Okay, so the first color I did was pink. So we're going to do a little bit of pink. We're going to do a little bit of pink. We're going to do a little bit of orange and a little bit of blue. Okay, and then this nail will have, I don't know if y'all can read my chicken scratch, but I got chains and cheetah prints and all that type of stuff on there. So we're going to go from there. And one thing I want to encourage you all to do, for those of you all that would like to, that freestyle or whatever, or, just want to make sure that you stay consistent with your design that you might have in your head, child, just write it out. Write it out or draw it out. It helps, okay? You can't go wrong, child. You stay on your pivot, honey. You stay on your pivot, okay? Alrighty, so now I'm gonna just go in with my sponge now that everything is on here how I want it to be. And now we work, okay? Now we work, okay? Alright, now we just sponging everything. nice and right and tight. And so it's gonna look like so. I'm gonna show you all what it's gonna look like. And don't be discouraged if at first you're looking at it and it's like, oh my God, it's not coming out right. It will. You have to go in with a second coat, okay? All right. Now this middle nail, um, we're going to do a blue base coat. So it's gonna be a blue base coat here. I'm gonna actually be drawing Gary on this nail. So Gary will be um, a blue, a nice blue color. Um, and then we're gonna go in with our sponge and sponge it white. Okay, so we're gonna actually draw on this nail. So get a nice, clean, even coat. Okay, now make sure you ain't got no little mishaps or none of that. So we're gonna pop that into the nail lamp as well. This next one, it says, oh yeah, I got some color in my doggone nail. So this next one is going to be um, blue and pink. Okay, so let's pop that back in there. All right, so we're gonna sit that right there. So, or maybe I'll make it blue and orange. I think I'll just keep it blue and pink because this right here will be so we'll do blue with the orange, blue with a orange sponge on there. Okay, so we'll orange sponge it in the middle, and then this one right here will also be ombre as well, and we're going to bangle this nail. However, I'm going to switch up. I'm going to switch up my colors and make them orange pink. I mean orange blue pink. Okay, orange blue and then pink. Okay, and so we're going to, like I said, just trust the process, okay? Because in the beginning, when you are doing nails, child, you go for something, especially when you're freestyle. Like when I was writing out this nail set, I just took a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just it's like, okay, we gonna flow with it and go with it. Cause child, if it don't look right, it just don't look right. It is what it is. You know, we gonna keep going. Okay, so I'm just sponging everything here, blending it. You will go in with a second coat, so don't beat yourself up, okay? All right, so that's how that one is looking, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and pop that into the nail lamp. Now we continue on. We continue on. We continue on. Wait, y'all, I'm trying to make sure that this is the right nail. Okay, yeah. Just making sure, y'all, because, child, you gotta be sure, you gotta be sure. All right, now we're going to keep going. We're going to just repeat everything that we've already done thus far and keep it going, okay? And so once we go in with this second coat, we're going to have some fun, okay? So this first one I got, like I said, I got uh, some confetti sprinkles that I'm going to put on here, like some, just like some sprinkles, some, that you get on your ice cream. I actually got some ice cream and got sprinkles on it yesterday. So we're going to do that. Pop that in the nail lamp. We're going to go here. A little bit of pink on here. All right. Go in with our orange. And like I said, y'all can do whatever colors you want. This is what I'm going to do. And hopefully, my designs turn out tea. Just like I want them to be. Which I know they will, because I believe in me. And you just got to believe in yourself. Ain't that what Mama Odie said off of Princess and the Frog? The true princess. Oh, Lordy. Love me some Princess and the Frog, honey. Yes. All right. Anyway, moving on. Okay. So now we're going to again mix everything nice and neat. I had to make sure everything is on there. All right. So this is how we're looking with those colors. I need to add a little bit more blue. I think I need to go up a little bit because that orange is oranging, honey. Okay, she is oranging. She's doing what she's supposed to do, and I ain't even mad at Boo Boo. All right, but we gonna go ahead and blend that out. All right, now I'm a little satisfied now. Okay. All right, so now it's looking more so like that. Okay. Now we're going to go in with our handy dandy 2 blues here. Because again, we're going to draw Gary on this nail here. Okay. And so you will need a liner brush. You will need a dotting tool. You'll need some black. You'll need some red. And you'll need a darker blue. Or you can draw Gary however you want to draw Gary. Whatever colors you want. But those are the colors that I'm going to use. And Gary is from SpongeBob. So, you know, the snail. So, yeah. All right. And just take your time. You know what I'm saying? I like to encourage you all to do whatever feels good to you. Don't be worried about what nobody else saying. Don't be trying to fit in a box. If you see something that inspires you, go for it, mix it up, twist it up however you want to, try it out, do whatever feels right to you. Uh Hell, we all get inspo from one another anyway, so just do you, boo boo. Don't be worried about these outside noise, especially from people who are just in the same predicament as you. Like, please, who are you, sweetheart? Ooh. So just do you, okay? And do it well. Do it so well that, you know, it make them shut up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anywho, moving on. So we're going to go in here. So the first couple of minutes of you doing your nails is just going to be you coating and essentially just making sure you got everything nice and right and tight with your set with your 2 coats. With your 2 coats, and then you can go in and do everything else, okay? I always have to look at the You can be what you wanna be. Do what you wanna do, baby. Alright, I'm just putting everything, pat and sponge and everything here. So that's how that one's looking. What becomes of the broken hearted? Who has love that's now departed? Alright, so now we're gonna do our confetti. We're gonna do our confetti little things on here. So you just need a little bit of your solid gel, the smallest little bit. Roll it to how a sprinkle should be. Okay. For this one though, it's big, so we're gonna cut that sprinkle in half. Okay. And one might ask, why she do it on her arm, on her finger, or on her skin? Because when I'm doing it with just my fingers, they get so oily that, child, I ain't got time. And so how y'all know how a sprinkle look. So that's what we're gonna go for. And just place them on there. Okay? However you want them on there, just place them on there. And then we're gonna color them different colors. Some kind of peace of mind help me leave. Okay, and then just fine them up. Fine them up. Make them look like sprinkles if that's what you want to do. I'm stepping all the way outside of the box. So if you don't like a whole lot going on, then just go back to some of my previous videos. And we have some way more simpler nails, way more simpler nails. But these, we getting fun. And it pushes you, it challenges you to continue to be just that great at what you do. You have to take risks. Okay. And then we'll put one more right here, and we're going to let that do what it does. And this solid gel ain't going to hurt you. If you got oily hands or, I put on some lotion, and that's why, too, I put on lotion and oil. So my hands, even with me wiping them off, child, they still, see now, like it won't even really form for me. Alright. Alright. And then I think I need one little small one right here. You have to give yourself grace and be patient with yourself too, you know? You really, really do. So they're gonna look like some little bumps, but they're gonna be confetti. Okay? Alright, set that on there. Alrighty, so my next little thing I've drew out is, child, let me follow it, okay? First and foremost, it says a chain and cheetah print. So let's do that first. So I'm gonna go in with some gold chains, okay? Some gold chains, okay? And so I might even have, okay, we can reuse this chain right here actually. So this is a chain that I used on a previous set. So I'm gonna set that like halfway right here. Okay, so you will need some rhinestone glue. You can preserve your jewels, especially if you take them off and put them to the side in your archive jewels like I do. You can do that too, okay? All right. So I'm following the blueprint, y'all. I'm following the blueprint. So just rock with me, okay? I bet some of y'all be like, that girl just be coming up with shit. I do. And I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So we're going to do that like so. All right. Okay, I'm going to lay that on there. I'm going to lay that chain right on top, okay? And we're going to get it nice and right on there. And while it is drying, once it dries, actually, then I'm going to clip the rest off that we don't need. Okay? And you got to work with it. You got to work with it. Okay? Because this is a reused chain, it's a little wonk wonk, but we going to work with it. Okay? All right. So here we go. What becomes of the broken hearted? I remember I played that and man, y'all, it sounds so good. I used to play the Killer Nick. We one of the first songs we learned. All right, y'all, we're gonna pop that in the lamp for just a few seconds. And then okay, so there's our confetti. Okay. And then once that's done, we'll keep going. All right, we're gonna move on over to Gary while with polka dot is doing what it needs to do. So Gary needs to be a darker blue. Okay. I'm stuck between two different blues right now. Okay. So I got these two blues here. So I'm finna see which one is gonna do what I need it to do. And I'm thinking it just might be this one. But it kind of look like these are the same blues, but they're not. It's not. So I think I'm gonna rock with that one. We'll put this one on back up, okay? All right. So the chain is on there. So you see this part right here that's still up. Well, we got to put a little bit more glue under there. We got to put a little bit more glue under there to make sure the chain is all the way down and secured, okay? So I'm going to just take a little bit of this right here. Let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can see a little better. Can y'all see a little better now? I hope so. Just, it's probably going to be too much. So then you want to take your little tool like this and then just clean it up. Okay. Lay that down Pop it in the nail lamp, and then we're going to pop the rest off, okay? All right. Okay, so now you're gonna need a liner brush for Gary. You need a nice long liner brush for Gary. And for this part, honestly, it's gonna be easy peasy lemon squeeze. You're gonna do some eyes, some white eyes, and use black and red. Honestly, these are basic colors. Basic colors. So on here, I have a pink little under the sea star, little starlit little thing that we did with Mr. Krabs. So what I mean is, let me show y'all. So when I did the Mr. Crab nails, I drew these little things right here. What are these called? Right here? Little flowers. So I'm gonna draw one of those, okay? All right. So we're gonna draw one of those on here. So you're gonna take this. You need to put your pink, your 360 or whatever color you're using on the palette, and then you're going to draw that on the nail, okay? So you're gonna take that, and then you're gonna just. And when I first drew these, child, it gave me a little. You just have to work with it, okay? So it might not look like much, but trust me, it's gonna look right, okay? You just gotta just swiggle the lines and all of it and go up and down and round and all of it. Okay? If it don't look right, take off what you don't like. Oh Lord. Take off what you don't like and move on, okay? So we'll just take that off and we'll start from the top again. Okay, so we're gonna go. Okay, so it's gonna look something like, let me turn on this light. It's gonna look something like this. Okay. It ain't the best looking right now, but trust me, it will be. It will be, baby. Oh yes, it will. All right, and then you're gonna clean up all of those little areas that aren't so defined, and we're gonna keep going, okay? Now Gary is gonna come from here all the way up, here all the way up, okay? So we're going to, yeah, this is my first time drawing Gary. So, but I really like this. I really like a good challenge. Challenge me. All right, so we got Gary. We got some polka dots. All right, we got to put the white sponge on here. Okay, cool. So once you got that part drawn out, we're going to take a sponge like so. And before we draw Gary, we're going to take a little bit of white and we're going to pat a little bit of background in there, okay? All right. just to give it a little bit more, you know, a little more zhuzh. We're gonna pat them in on there, cause you know they under the sea, under the sea. Okay. All right. So it's gonna look a little bit like so. So it looks, the white is on there. I don't know if you can tell, but it's on there. Okay. All right. So we're gonna pop that in the light, in the lamp. So now we got our chain on here. So you see this little part right here? You need some nippers, or you need to clip them off. You need to nip them off. Okay. And that's that. Just like that. That's all you need. Some of these. All right. So on here, we got some, we have some cheetah print. Okay. And so I'm going to go in here. These might be a little too big for my liking. So I'm going to go in with more polish on the dotting tool. So we're going to go in with a little bit more polish there. And then we're going to gently place down the design. All right. So once you got the design on there, then you can go in and, fill it with the color that you want. I'm going to fill it with the basic, what's it called? Basic cheetah print. So it'll have brown in there. All right. And then now I'm also going to go in with, I got another gold chain here. I got another chain here. Just small. It'll go like here and here. And then we'll go from there. All right. Also, I got some lips I'm gonna do on here. So let me form my lips. I'm gonna pop this in the nail lamp, and then we'll form our lips. All right, that's looking good. We're gonna go in with a second coat of the white. What around your lip? I'm hollering. All right, so there we go. Looking good. Okay, got a white on there. All right, the next one is just simple. It's blue with orange sponge. So blue with orange sponge, and then this is the orange we're going to be using. So we'll just sponge it up. I think I'm actually going to go in with a darker orange. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. And this will just be right in the middle. Okay, so it's going to look something like so. Pop that thing out, roll with it. All right. Okay. So I think I'm pretty satisfied on how this is looking thus far. Okay, so it's gonna look something somewhat like that. You can only see like the background of it right now, but we will get there, okay? All righty. So that's in the lamp. Now, for this design, I'm trying to go one by one, but I'm finding myself, excuse me, going all over the place, okay? All right, so here we go. So on this design, I got some lips. And then I got another chain, and then I got some watermarks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit this down, and I'm going to grab my lips that I have. I was going to make some, but I already got some pre-made, so pre-done. So we'll just take those and let it do what it does. Okay, okay, where they at? Okay. I'm not seeing my lips, but that's okay. Let me see, actually. Do I have any more in here? Okay. Yeah, I ain't seeing my lips, so I might just have to freaking make some lips. Oh, there they go right here. Bam. All right, we're gonna put some pink lips on here. So we got some pink lips. Pop that thing now, roll with it. All right, so we're gonna take this one right here. We're gonna add some lips to it. And then we add another gold chain. So this time you will need your additional chains. Here are the chains I'm working with. So I ended up having to buy some new chains. So I'm going to try to go in with the same exact chain. Yeah, there we go. All right. Once we have our chain on there, we will cure it. Okay. So, thank you, hun bun. All right. We're going to go in right here. So, and then now I'm going to cure the nail, okay? I'm going to cure it. Dang, hold on, y'all. The chain slid, so I'm going to have to re-put that on there. All right. I want my baby, 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 and barbecue sauce. All right. So I'm going to keep that chain right there. Okay. I'm just making sure that everything gets nice and dry, stays in place, and then we'll go from there. All righty, y'all. We are cooking with gas. Oh my God. Now this is gonna piss me off in just a second. In just a second, it's gonna piss me off because it's done. All right, that's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off because it cured wrong. So if it's not laying how you want it, just start over, okay? Because I want my chain to lay nice and flat and across like so. Okay, and then we're going to go in and do it. Finish our... Let me actually cut this. So you're going to need some nippers. I'm going to cut about how much I think I'm going to need, which should be right about here. Alright. Take you some glue. Go across. Go across, go across, go across. And then set your chain on it, okay? And then try not to move it. Try not to do nothing else to it, okay? And then it's going to look something like that, okay? All right. All right, anywho, let's move on to Gary. All right, so you're going to need some blue, some white, some red, okay, and a palette. So first things first. Babe, what you want with my coffee? Babe, what you want with my coffee? So I'm going to go in with his little body, his little eyes. Okay. Make sure your brush is nice and clean. And then go in with your blue of whatever choice you come, whatever choice you make. And then you're going to just I think that's good. That's about right. Okay. You will need to outline this with black, so yeah. Make sure it's nice and straight. Take off whatever you don't need, okay? All right, once that's done and you've gotten it nice and right and tight, then you're gonna go to the other side and do the exact same thing. I start from upside down simply because I don't want to mess myself up by hold on, y'all. Can't talk and do this right now. Thank you. All right. So, all right. It needs to be a little close. So, and then his eyes will sit on top of this blue. Okay. His eyes will sit on top of the blue. Okay. And so, once you have the body down or the little tentacles, not tentacles. Then you'll go on top and then draw his eyeballs, okay? And right right now, don't stress if it's looking like, oh my God, it's not looking right. It will, okay? It will. You have to give yourself some grace, okay? And I'm just trying to make sure I get them close enough to where they ain't just too far apart and he's looking cross-eyed. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want Gary to be cross-eyed out here. All right, his eyes will sit on top, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this. Okay, starting out. All right, because we're working with various different nails. I'm gonna finish off my um, cheetah print. Go back in with your second coat for Gary. And just take your time. Okay, so it should look like that for your second coat. You're gonna be doing a lot of flash curing and all of that, so just know that much, okay? All right. Now, we gotta fix this because the chain is not all the way down. All right. So let's go ahead and go in with our second coat of this here. Piece of hair in there, so I'm just taking that hair out. So your second coat should look something like this, okay? All right, got that on there, and whatever else we don't need, we're gonna nip off. Bam. All right, now we go in with Gary's eyes. So you're gonna need some white. You will need a liner brush, or you can use your dotting tool. It's up to you. However you want to do it. I'll be using my liner brush starting off and then filling in with my dotting tool. Okay. So I'm going to outline his eyes. Okay. Just make sure his eyes are, you know, close to being the same. uh, Nice and even. On a serious note, they're nice and even. And whatever you don't need, you just take off. All right, they look pretty good to me. So now we feel. Okay, now we feel. And so you can take your white and fill it in if you want to this way, it's up to you. All right. And then you'll have to go in with the second coat as well. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. Okay, this is how it's going to look starting off. Okay, all right. Now we're going to go in with our brown. I'm going to be using my Rizzy brown. Let me see if I keep it on top though. So here's the brown I'll be using for my cheetah print. Hey, Miss Tara. I hope you are having a good day out there. Now we're just filling in our cheetah print. Okay. It's going to look something like that. I'm panning it back over to Gary with the white. We're just going to go in with the second coat of our white. All right. Coda, you gotta take your medicine. All right. So here we go with Gary's eyes. And then you will have to outline his eyes. All right. Popping that back in the lamp. All right. Now this one right here, you're gonna need some black to outline his body and his eyes. So I would suggest you going up, side down. Okay. Then you're gonna go around his eyes. Don't worry about it if you mess up. You can go in and clean it up after you're done. But will you give him his medicine? You hear me? I said, will you give him his medicine? Yeah. All right. So I messed up a little bit in there, but we gonna fix that or whatever. His pill pockets over there. 140. No, now it's good. Good job. Okay, so we got a little bit of cleanup to do. Not much, but just a little bit. And then we're gonna keep moving on. So you will need a tool like such. And then you're just gonna clean out the inside of his eye if you mess it up. Well, I'm gonna clean it out because I'm doing this right and I messed it up. All right. All right. I'm feeling cool about that for now. And then we'll go in and do everything else in just a second. Now for this part, I'm going to just do like some, actually, no, I'm not. We'll just leave that one like that. Okay, now we can go in and paint our confetti. So we'll have a little bit of blue, a little yellow, a little orange. Mm. All right, so I got the outskirts of his eye pretty much down, okay, and his little body. So now I'm going to do the inside of his eye. So you're going to need black and red, or red and black, or red and pink, or whatever color you want, okay? So you're going to start off with the red and then do the black, okay? So we already got some red on here. I'm going to go in with my fatter side of this. You have to be patient with yourself, honestly. Oh, yeah. Gotta get that red, because I'm out of red right up here. Did I put my red back in here? Is it on the side? Oh, there we go. Got red right here. Alright. Shit. Gotta try that. It's all good. Go back in and fix it. Get your dots nice and even. Alright, I'm feeling good about this. Alright. Alright. Well, there we go. I don't know if I'm. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Feeling good about it. It's gonna work. I'm finna make it work. Alright. Got our little confetti here. Excuse me. You on the phone, baby? Hmm. Yeah. Miss you? Well, I was gonna ask you to reheat my dang coffee that I'm not drinking. All right, now you're gonna go in with your black and make his pupils. Carter, what's wrong with you? And so just be careful when you're doing those pupils because you don't want them to be too big. But you know, you get it. Thank you, baby. You gave him some? Oh. Hmm. He might have to. All right, let me pop. Actually, before we pop that in the lamp, we're going to finish off his. Now we're gonna bangle this nail. According to my paper that I'm following. Oh Lord. I even wrote some tips down, y'all. Telling you. When you freestyling, man, it's fair game. Now we gonna go in with some polka dots here, just of the different colors that we have on the nails, okay? Thank you so much. Hygiene. Is it hygiene? Hygiene? Thank you so much. I'm trying to, it's a freestyle, so girl, we gotta just go in and do what we do, girl. Yeah, this damn thing. Oh, wait till I feel. here are the mother nails. Oh man, this took forever, but I had fun making them. Okay, y'all, I'm finna show y'all what they look like, and then I'm gonna top coat and get up out of here because my son has an appointment. My dog's stuff. Has an appointment. Seeing more and more people get into character drawing, you know, I think that's pretty nice. Especially if it's not your realm of things, then try it out. It's fun. It's different. It's eclectic. It's unique, you know. So here, under the sea, under the sea, nothing is better. We are together. Take it from me. Whatever he said. Hell, I can't even see this one over here. Did I even put one over here? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and top coat this. And for the most part, my little card came together. For the most part. Oh, I am hollering. I wanna be nice and love. Y'all see Sade is gonna Sade and Queen Latifah is gonna be inducted. A lot of other folks gonna be inducted. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I say, well, a goddamn time. Take enough of it. Take a long time for that artist to be in there. One thing that I think, ladies, I can respect. You don't give it to them, they damn sure ain't finna ask for it. Which a lot of people don't, right? But a lot of people feel like a lot of people should be just able to have their Hollywood Boulevard. It's just an extra incentive. Thank you. Not Marisha. Crazy. Georgia. You call it Georgia? Georgia. Where was I going with these nails? I don't know, but I went. I guess Georgia had a party, and under the sea, and this was her luxury nails of this child. Show y'all what they looking like. What you looking for? We got what you looking for. So this is what they look like before the lamp, and I'll show y'all what they look like after the lamp. And mostly all the colors were sponsored by Beatles, and then we have Phoenixy nail polish as well, and then the top coat is Macart. We use Macart, Rhinestone, Wood Macart, solid gel, nail gel as well. So I didn't do my whole little product, did I? My bad. Later on, we'll do some more simple nails, but I want to go more and more complex as I get better at these nails, especially character drawing. You know, I get that everybody, like I want to do the same thing. That's why you should step outside the box, draw your own art. If that helps, whatever comes in your head. If it don't look right to you, it don't look right. But if you like it and you love it, that's all that matters, sweet thing. Okay, so my little card has been complete. I'm actually happy with how it turned out. Now I might go a little longer. Yeah, I ain't even draw this nail right. Look at this. What is this? It's crazy. So we are going from here to here, a complete 360 from what I drew. But it looked way better than what it looked like on the flashcard, right? Right. So here we go. Here are the nails. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. Be sure to like it, share it, comment, let me know how you're feeling about this set. Something different, something eclectic, something new, something true. Like I said, draw out your art and just bring it to life. You know, you got this. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And, you know, just step outside of your comfort zone, okay? You can do this. You got this, all right? I got to jump off. But I'll be back later for real tonight. All right, y'all. I'm out. Bye.